Golda's Balcony out for 3 months now. It's just brand new.
In 2002, I was singing in concert at Tanglewood, and I got a call from one of my friends with whom I biked the Ring of Kerry and the Ring of Derry in Ireland. She said, there's a play at Shakespeare & Company called Golda's Balcony that has your name written all over it. I called Shakespeare & Company to get into the play. It was in the Tanglewood area, and they were sold out. They wouldn't let me in. I tried everything. I said, my name is Tovah Feldshuh. I work on Broadway. Nothing worked. And I forgot about it. I sang and had a success with I think I was doing Tovah Out of Her Mind, one of my one-woman shows. I went back to New York, and my manager called and said, Golda's Balcony is now coming to New York. A man named Dave Fishelson has the rights. I'd like to get you this part. And the manager called Dave Fishelson, and he, in fact, offered me the role. Very happy about that.
The motion picture, was it made for the movies?
The motion picture was made on a Wednesday afternoon and evening in the early months of the run off-Broadway at the Manhattan Ensemble Theater, because I got permission from William Gibson and everybody else at the theater, including Mr. Fishelson, to make a documentary based on the life of Golda Meir and parallel that with my progress with trying to capture the greatest role of my career as Golda was trying to meet the greatest crisis of her life. That documentary, The Journey to Golda's Balcony, was made. It uses 6 minutes of this film, of footage of this film, which I actually commissioned to be done. So we had 2 cameras for 2 performances, and the footage went to sleep. And 2 years ago, basically 14 years later, Dave Fishelson got this footage in its entirety out of the vault, got permission from the filmmaker, Yves Girardi-Sombert and George Rosenberg, from the director, Scott Schwartz, and from the person who was lucky enough to play Golda, from me, to turn this footage, if he could, into a fine feature film. He got a first-class editor. They worked it. They had 4 choices, 2 cameras for 2 performances, and they put together what you will see tonight, a feature film of my performance in Golda's Balcony.
When you say the greatest challenge of Golda's life, was that the 1973 Yom Kippur War?
The greatest crisis of her political life, yes, was the 1973 Yom Kippur War, and she had to resign over it. She got false information from her generals, from the intelligence. They did not believe that Egypt was really going to attack, and they were wrong. And our boys, the IDF was caught near the Egyptian border with their pants down, and became prisoners of war. It was a terrible time.
Does it create greater empathy for Israeli leaders' position and situation nowadays?
This piece, as written by Gibson, absolutely. Absolutely it does. And it also creates the story of why the Jewish people should have one postage stamp on which to live. The state of Israel is as big as Kruger National Park, a safari park in South Africa. That's how big the real estate is of the Jewish state.